Do you think your bad credit is stopping you from getting business credit? Think again, because today I'm going to be breaking down how to get business credit even if your personal credit is down in the dumps. Now, by the end of this video, you will learn step by step how to get business funding and essentially what banks to go to. So make sure you stick around to the end of this video. Now, if you're brand new, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, if you invest in me, I'll continue to invest in you and dropping more bangers just like this. And if you've been around, make sure you comment down below exactly what else you want to learn next. I'll talk about credit, debt, and funding. So if it's any one of those topics or anything about starting a business, drop it down low and I'll continue to make more content for you guys. So what is business credit? Okay, business credit is separate from your personal credit. Okay, it uses your EIN instead of your SSN. Okay, and this is if you go the route of just using your EIN and you don't go the route of using your personal credit. Okay, another aspect is it requires a business credit score. So Experian Business, Dun & Bradstreet, or Equifax Business Credit. Those are the three major places where you're able to see your business credit score. Okay. Now, essentially, the benefit of getting business credit is you wouldn't have to personally guarantee. Okay. Now, I'm not against personally guaranteeing because personally guaranteeing will actually put you in the best position to get funding. And we're going to talk about that towards the end. Now, this is why bad personal credit doesn't matter, because some lenders focus only on your business credit. Okay, even though there's not many, or as a matter of fact, obviously it depends on the type of lending you're looking for, but some lenders don't focus on your personal, which is good. Okay, so with the right structure, you can get funding without bad credit. And the most important thing, if you're trying to get business credit, is to make sure that you are structuring your business properly, because just like your personal credit, you have to structure it a certain way in order to get funding on the personal side. You have to do the same thing on the business. So if you came here thinking that you wouldn't have to do any type of groundwork, you're in the wrong place. Okay, you're still going to have to do some groundwork. So let me make sure to put that up front. The first thing that you have to do, okay, and make sure you guys are taking notes. All right. Number one, you want to make sure to set up your business properly. Okay, you want to register your LLC and your corporation through the state. Okay, you can go online. It's as easy as typing in Start LLC state website. Okay, you'll see many of these different websites. Okay, you can go to things like USA Filing, busy.com, Zen Business, so on and so forth. But if you want to just go and just set up your LLC, go to your state's website. Okay, and you can do an e-file depending on your state. I'm in Florida, so essentially I would do it here. Okay, now obviously if you're in a different state, put your state. Okay, but if you go to your state website, then you can essentially set up your business website. Okay, another thing is you want to go to the IRS website. The IRS website allows you to set up your EIN for free. Okay, you go to the IRS website, boom, irs.gov, and you can apply for your employee ID number. Okay, going through this fast. And then after you set up this, you want to open up a business bank account. Your business doesn't start until you open up a business bank account. Okay, a lot of times people do all the other steps and they don't set up their business bank account. So technically your business hasn't started yet. Okay, and you can go to, and I'll have a link down in the description if you don't have a business bank account, where you can set up through Novo. Novo is an online banking institution that's connected to Middlesex Federal Savings. And essentially when you reach a certain dollar amount in that account, they'll offer you funding. So I'll drop that link down below. You guys get tapped in. If you get tapped in and you deposit $100 in there, then we both get an extra $50. Okay. Now, before, you want to make sure you get your personal business address, phone number, and website. All right. There are many different places out there where you can get it. Just do a simple Google search, your business address, phone number, and set up your website. Some, websites do it all at once. This is not the video to show you guys that. Okay. You don't want to do PO boxes or home addresses. If you do that, this essentially is going to mess up your credibility. So you want to have a actual business address. Okay. Step 2, you want to get your DUNS number. Okay. You can go to the DMV website, Dun and Bradstreet. Okay. And you can essentially set up your website here. I mean, not your website, but you want to come to Dun and Bradstreet and you can essentially get that stuff set up. All right. Now, moving on. You want to make sure to register your business through Experian Business. Through Experian Business and Equifax Business. Experian and Equifax Business. Okay? These are separate from the typical personal credit bureaus. It's still the same company, but you got to make sure you set up your business Equifax and your business Experian. All right? Now you want to make sure your business info is the same everywhere. So after you set up your business, your LLC, you got your EIN, you open up your business bank account, you got your business address, phone number, and website. You then want to apply for your DUNS number, set yourself up on Equifax Business and Experian Business, and then make sure your info is the same everywhere. Okay. Lenders check for consistency. Okay, so if your business name or your address doesn't match across platforms, essentially it'll be a red flag. All right, step 3 is you want to start a business building credit. Okay, so essentially you want to start with net 30s. Okay, essentially you want to make sure to find those net 30 accounts that report to those business credit bureaus, and essentially don't check your personal credit. Most times when you get net 30s, they're not checking those things. They're just checking to see that your business is set up. Okay, so there are websites like Uline, websites like Granger. You know, if you haven't tapped in with companies like this or ever heard stuff like this, Uline, you know, you can get basic supplies. You feel me? And then you got Granger. You dig me? We'll talk a little bit about that. Granger.com. You feel me? And essentially how these work is, you know, they have different products, and this is more for the industrial side. Quill, feel me? Business supplies, dig me? CEO, creative, dig me? So they have different types of things, electronics, office supplies. This may be a good one for a lot of people with at-home businesses. You dig me? Check these places out. And essentially how net 30s work is, you know, you have 30 days to pay off the balance. So if you get an electronics, any type of item on here, let's just say it costs $500, you know, you have 30 days to pay it off. All right. You don't have to put up the money up front. You have 30 days. So it's specifically for a person that's going to pay it off. It's not for someone that's just trying to do it and, you know, not trying to pay it off within 30 days. And it's best to pay it off before the 30 days. You dig me? So if you got it on February 19th, you want to make sure you pay it off before March 19th. Okay? If you go anything past that, you're not helping your business credit. So this is not for the discharge people out here. Okay? You have to be willing to, you have to have cash flow coming in and have a reason for whatever it is that you got. Hopefully you get something that you need. Hopefully you get something that makes you money, and then you want to pay it off within those 30 days. Okay? So you want to start off small, pay on time, and let them report positive history. You want to do this over time for about 3 to 6 months, okay? And before you start applying for any type of credit cards of some sort, you want to make sure you do this for about 3 to 6 months. The longer, the better, okay? You have to build up about 3 to 6 positive payment experiences. As a matter of fact, it's more. So technically, if you do this multiple times, or let's just say you have the money, set up a couple of accounts, right? And you can do this much faster, okay? Whether it's Quill, Uline, CEO Creative, Granger, and other types of, you know, net 30 accounts, okay? You do this positively for 3 to 6 months. Then you can tap in with companies that require no PG, like Capital One Spark Business. Okay, this is a gem that nobody is talking about. Okay, go to CapitalOne.com. You can get the Capital One Spark Business. Okay, You can also rock with Divi. We'll pull up Ramp. Let me pull up Divi. Okay, I don't know why it's not pulling up. Divi, I'm assuming it's with bill.com. Okay. So you can essentially set this up through Divi. Apparently they're connected with Bill now. There's Ramp, okay? And then we got Brex. Now the thing is about these, you can't just come here with no type of business revenue, okay? You have to have business revenue essentially between 5 to 10K in order to get business credit through them. So yes, you can definitely do the net 30s, but you can't get away from having the revenue in order to get these business bank accounts, okay? So if you thought you was gonna come here and you was gonna have bad credit, no type of revenue, and be able to get funding through your EIN, that is the biggest myth, okay? You cannot get business credit with bad credit and you don't have revenue. If you have bad credit, you definitely need to have those revenue sources and a proof of income to be able to get funding from them. Even if you go through the net 30 and you're positive, you want to make sure that you are bringing in revenue and you can prove it. Okay. Now, in order to get business loans and funding, there's a couple of choices that you have. Okay. The first choice is through merchant cash advances through companies like Fundbox and Bluevine.com. Okay. Fundbox and Bluevine, feel me? Bluevine.com, a powerful business platform built for where you are and where you're going with lower fees and effortless money movement, access to working capital. Okay. You can tap in with these companies here. Again, it's no promo, so I won't dive too deep and explain each one of these, but tap in. Bluevine and Fundbox. You can also do invoice financing through companies like Rivera Finance. Rivera Finance will essentially, no, I'm not 100% sure how this works. I've never actually done Rivera Finance, but I have looked it up and learned a little bit more about that. But essentially, they fund unpaid invoices. Not sure how they do that, but tap in with them and learn more about it. Then we got microloans and grants like SBA, Kiva. Kiva is another place where you can get a few dollars. You feel me? Where people are kind of just putting things out. And then we got CDFI loans, which is Community Development Financial Institutions. So those CDFI loans, are it's not many lenders out there that offer that, but a lot of this stuff is revenue based. Okay, so you have to make sure that your business has consistent cash flow if you're planning to go the non-PG route. Okay, if you're planning to not use your personal credit, you need to have cash flow and business revenue. You have to be able to prove it. Okay, now here's some hacks if you want to be able to overcome bad credit. Okay, so first things first, you can use a co-signer or have a business partner. Okay, so somebody with good credit will skyrocket your approval rate. Okay, if they own 75% of the company, you can get approved for whatever they would get approved for. So if you have a trusted friend, a trusted business partner, co-sign with them. But don't just co-sign and BS them. Okay, a lot of people get messed up by co-signing. Okay, so you have to be trusted. Not only do they have to be trusted, but you have to be trustworthy too. Okay, so don't do this if you're not planning to do any real business. You dig me? Number two, you can buy an aged LLC. Okay, older businesses get better funding offers, but it doesn't change the fact that you would still need to have the business revenue and still have good credit. This just gives you better opportunities. Okay. And number three, you can leverage business trade lines like Credit Strong or eCredible that offer credit builder accounts. Now, essentially, these are things that will show up on your credit report as a business credit, as a primary account. And just like how it works on a personal side, it will also show up as good history on a business side. Okay. So just to end everything off. All right. Bad credit is not the end of the road. Start with vendor accounts, build your history, and move up with credit cards or loans. And essentially, if you want a deeper breakdown, down below I have the no dot guide. Okay, the no dot guide is going to have a list of lenders. It's going to show you exactly everything that I talked about in this video is going to be there, more of a visual representation. And tap in. It's only 27 bucks. You feel me? For the next 100 people. And yeah, go ahead and grab. Now, another thing I want to highlight, if you have bad credit, it takes the same amount of time to fix your credit as it is to build business credit. Okay? So this is not a solution. This is not a long-term solution. Yes, you can get funding. Yes, you can get business credit, right, through these methods, but you have to have business revenue. If you want to go the route of not having business revenue, you have to have good credit. Okay? So down below, I have a free training that you guys can tap into, okay, to learn a little bit more about how to be able to fund yourself. Down below, go ahead and tap into that free training. And after the free training, you have the ability to book a call. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.